y'all. How are you doing? Welcome to my show. We are back once more. It's Reset Wednesday. And for Reset Wednesday, we always like to, take a moment, reflect on what we've been doing this week. And if we'd like to, we can reset that. We can shift anything that hasn't been quite what we wanted it to be. Or, hey, maybe it's been a great week and you want to boost it up more. And how we do that is the way I like to do that, anyways, is to take your time and take a nice breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. That's it. And continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is a nice little reminder that, nothing that's happened is really has to be concrete and stone. Sometimes the worst things that happen to us, actually, when we look back on them later, turn out, that there was a great blessing in that or a great lesson in that. And I love to remember that because a lot of times, we're having a really rough time and we think this is it. And what I tell myself, where there is tomorrow, the sun's going to come up again and we're going to have a whole nother day and whole nother time to, make some new choices, some new changes, some new decisions. And whatever's happened back there, it's always to me on the left, whatever's happened back there is back there. And I can forgive myself, reset my day, reset my moment, and move forward and move over here into the bright new present. Let's be in the present and also thinking and desiring and dreaming about the future. But the place where we want to stay really is in the present because, the point of power is in the present. This is the power point and it's now, right now. And this is really all we have control over. We can't change what's happened in the past. And we really are we're manifesting the future and we're, imagining and seeing and dreaming and desiring all the beauty that's coming. But at the same time, there's a lot of play there. I like to say, we pray for God's will be done, the universe's will to be done, and to bring us what we need at our highest and greatest and go ahead and see it that way. But at the greatest is to stay here in the moment and to be able to get back to your breath, connect into this space. And the other thing I really like to do, and I've been practicing this more and more, is turning off electronics, turning off everything, stepping outside the room from people, walking out in the garden, walking out in the woods, even if it's freezing cold, bundling up, getting out in the snow, whatever you got to do just to get to that place of quiet. Because when you're in that quiet place, that's where you develop your gifts. That's where your guides come in and your spirit teachers come in, the angels come, and you get to make connections on a level like you can't when you're in chaos. All this electronic beeping and whirling and twirling and people gabbing and talking and all the fear mongering and, all that drama. It's just not where you need to be, where you need to be centered. And when you're centered, that's where you connect. And I do teach that. I love to teach people how to connect with their inner self and their higher self, their guides, their angels, and to not only connect with them, but to develop their spiritual gifts. More and more people are contacting me and telling me they're developing these incredible gifts. And it's really interesting because the newest thing that's happening for me is when I'm talking to people, I'm getting smells. Tonight in the car coming back from Chattanooga, Tennessee, I was talking to my husband and I said, "Do you smell bleach?" And he said, "No, but I was thinking about bleach." And I said, "Really?" And we were out in the middle of nowhere in the dark coming home and nothing in the car or anything. And he says, "Yeah, I was thinking that if, I could put on a hazmat suit and grab some bleach, I could go over and visit Victor. That's our son who's been sick." And I laughed and I said, "Well, that's strange. Last week, twice, two different people, I was talking to them on the phone, and one of them I knew exactly what they were cooking. And the other one was just astounded that I even knew she was in her kitchen." And it's just, really interesting because the way I knew, I could smell it. And this is a whole nother side of my gifts. When I communicate and I find lost animals or lost people, oftentimes I get taste, and that's hard to maybe explain in this quick show. But looking for a lost wolf dog at one time, I tasted raw rotten shrimp. And no, I've never ate raw rotten shrimp. I've tried not to my whole life. But I did, and I was able to lead them to a busted bait bucket with raw rotten shrimp in it, and the animal was very close to there, and they reunited with them, I think, in about 45 minutes. And I was in Tennessee, and they were in Florida, by the way. So that was something that I developed many years ago. But this thing with this scent has just been blowing my mind this last few weeks. So, if you're starting to develop new skills, new gifts, go with it, write it down, ask about it, ask your guides, pray on it, meditate on it, whatever your faith is, however you connect. And, just believe in it, just believe in it. And, oftentimes I'll write things down, seal them up in an envelope and set them aside. And then years later, when I open those up and it's got the date on it and everything, it's like, it reminds me, it's confirmation that I am a spirit being connected to spirit. And then I'm not just this little human Renee walking around in this skin, doing the stuff that I've done in my life. So, it's pretty cool. So just remember to always reset, not get hung up on anything in the moment, and to know that, there's so much more, guys. There's just so much more than what we're seeing right here in front of our face. This is just a little glimpse of what's happening. Sometimes I feel like we really are living in a dream state, because there's so much more that's so much more real and beautiful than what is happening in my physical world. The other thing I'd like to say tonight is, or to share tonight, is my health update. So many of you know, and you've been walking through this with me. I got my lemon water buddies out there, to drink our lemon water every day, and you do half your body weight in ounces and add lemon juice, and I mean like a whole lemon or two lemons, whatever you need for your body weight, your body size, to your water, and you add about lemon to about half of that water, and you'll be amazed. It cleans out your sinuses, it cleans out your organs, it cleans out everything. It'll help you slim down, trim up. It's amazing. It's truly a quick, healthy, amazing process to get you where you want to be. So that's one little tip. However, through this, if you know, maybe you don't, but as an infant, I had lead poisoning. And throughout my whole life, I've had these mysterious symptoms and illnesses. And going to numerous doctors, spending $40,000, $50,000 in my lifetime in cash, not including insurance. I've really never got a concrete diagnosis until I started doing hair analysis, deeper blood analysis, stool samples, saliva test, urine test, and not just your typical medical ones, but going much deeper. And, for years they thought I had Lyme disease, but then the test wouldn't show it. And they said, well, you're not testing at the right time. And it's like, yeah, whatever. And it's very frustrating, because at times you really feel like you're dying and they can't find anything. And you get accused of pretending, making things up. I've heard it all. I've heard it all. But in your soul, if you're putting on, or if something's really wrong. And I knew something was really wrong. A few times as a child, maybe I did fake to get out of something, but 99% of the time I was genuine and I was really ill, and I couldn't get people to understand and hear me. The lead poisoning, obviously, doctors, told me I ate paint off my crib when I was a baby. So I had lead poisoning, no doubt, but all the other weird symptoms that came up with it and all the misdiagnosis. So when I got my hair analysis done the first time about 8 years ago, and then 3 years ago, and then this time, I think it was 3 months ago now, and I'll do it again in another 3 months. My mercury levels were off the charts, aluminum, because, metals attract metals. My calcium was off the charts. People at my age, I should have osteoporosis. Well, if calcium's the way not to have it, trust me, I couldn't have it, because it was off the charts, and too much calcium's not a good thing. So in this last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've learned I have kidney stones. So I've been going through the process of passing these kidney stones. And let me tell you, not a fun process at all. But it's been really interesting, because instead of doing the medical route, being a certified herbalist, I always go the herbal route if I can. So I went and had the test, saw on the CAT scan, I saw the stone, I saw some other things as well that I'm working on. And I decided to go the herbal route first. So I started on these herbs, different types of herbs, and I have been slowly seeing, because they make you, pee through a screen so you can collect whatever comes out, and I'm seeing results. And since it was a 5 millimeter stone, which they consider pretty large, these are just little tiny pieces coming through. And is it comfortable? No, no, it's not. But is it the worst thing ever? No, I've had much worse pain than this, but it's the original pain to be diagnosed with a kidney stone was some of the worst pain I've ever experienced. It was kind of like being stabbed with a knife in your side and your back. And it was scary because I'd never experienced that before. So it took being diagnosed, going and getting the test, and that was wonderful. And they treated me fantastic. And then these herbs are doing the trick. So I'm slowly passing these little pieces just to let you guys know. Um, and what the way I see it is I'm passing these pieces, I'm just getting stronger and healthier. I tend to go that route most of the time. Every once in a while, I start feeling sorry for myself and crying and whining and all that stuff that we do when we're just fed up and frustrated. But most of the time, I tell myself, even if I get cold symptoms, that I'm healing, I'm detoxing, I'm processing, my body's clearing out, it's getting stronger. And that helps me get over these hurdles, get over the aggravation, the fear. And the fear is the main thing. When I got to the hospital, I didn't know what was happening with me. I was in so much pain. The minute they showed me on the CAT scan the stone and the fibroid that's in my uterus as well, the fear just was like cut in half, maybe even less than that. It just was like, okay, now I have my answer. So I know what this is. I know how to deal with it, and I immediately started on all these herbs, and it's happening. So I went to the doctor today, got some work done on me, the chiropractor actually, and started passing more pieces. So I'm on the right track. So guys, if you're dealing with this, you're going through this with me, I love you and I feel for you. Contact me, let me know how you're doing, how this is working for you, and if you need advice on what herbs to take or what process to use, please, contact me. I've got my contact information hanging up here. It's full circle wellness you at gmail.com, 239, not 2592. If you're local, 931 239 2592. For everyone else, 931 239 2592. And my name's Renee, full circle wellness you, YOU at gmail.com. And you can just email me there. Facebook has been not recommending my pages, they've been blocking me. And YouTube has been really giving me a hard time as well. I guess they don't like some of the things I talk about, and whatever. It is what it is. I'm getting my website set up better and things are rolling in that direction. But for now, you can contact me at Full Circle Wellness You at gmail.com, or you can call me 931 239 2592. I teach everything that I live. I walk my talk. I do my best to walk my talk. I teach mind, body, spirit. So I teach people how to connect within, come out of the spiritual closet, how to connect with their guides. I teach people how to get out of your head, get into your heart, get into your center. I teach Reiki, hypnosis, past life regression, and herbology. So if you want to jump in one of the classes, or if you'd like to join in one of the courses, whatever you want to do, we can talk about it. Just hit me up, email me, call me, and we'll go through that. The other topic tonight that's really pressing on my mind is all these sicknesses that are going around. In our local area here in Tennessee, schools are closed now for Christmas, but they've been closing because of respiratory viruses, strep throat, flus, whatever. And as I'm talking to people across the world, I'm hearing that this respiratory viruses that are affecting babies and small children, the elderly, and the flus that are going around, the different influenzas, colds, viruses, all these different things. And what I know from my own journey and from working with many, many people over the years and working with myself is there are plants growing in most everyone's yard that treat everything I'm talking about. They're in your kitchen. If you cook and you got spices, I can teach you which herbs and spices you can use to make teas or tinctures or to encapsulate them. This is not something that we need to be afraid of. This is something we all need to learn because, there perhaps could come a time that we can't get to a pharmacy or a doctor, and it's really good to have your own skill set. And, one of the simple things that I do is oregano, and you can put oregano in a cup and pour boiling water on it, strain it and drink it, and it will attack any kind of virus that's attacking your body. And, I'm sure there's people out there going, yeah, right. Well, yeah, right. There really is. I mean, this is phenomenal. God has given us plants on this earth that, a lot of the medications that people are taking come from those plants. And do the herbs work as fast sometimes? Maybe not as fast, but they do, but they don't show it. Like, you start taking antibiotics in 24 hours, you're going to start noticing a difference. The herbs, same thing, but you're not going to get that kick as fast, but you're going to get the healing. You're not just going to get a treatment, and it's not going to destroy your gut. It's not going to destroy your microbiotica in your gut, in your intestines. It's not going to destroy your immune system. It's not going to cause a yeast infection. It's not going to cause all these things that antibiotics do. And antibiotics just strip your body. I hate to say it, but it like rapes your system. It just destroys your system. And for me, I've suffered enough. So I really don't want to put anything in me that I have to get out of me later or treat later. So again, always go to the herbs, go to the live food. If you want to be electric, you eat electric. If you want to die, eat dead. Just eat dead stuff and keep doing it. And before long, you'll start getting symptoms. And ultimately, you probably will develop conditions that will take you out of this world, but you will suffer first. If you want to be healthy and strong and powerful and connected and, be able to take care of yourself in the future and be as attractive as you can be and take care of yourself and your skin and your hair and your vision and everything, you want to eat electric. You want to eat those beautiful, bright fruits. You want to eat beautiful vegetables. You want to eat those herbs and spices. You want to learn how to use those herbs and spices. And it's a process. It's a lot of education, a lot of knowledge that needs to be retained. And I have a beautiful course for that. And it's doable. It's so children seem to really love to learn about plants, and I encourage every one of you, if you have small children up to grown children, to encourage them to contact me, and you contact me, and y'all can learn as a family together. It's beautiful. We have printouts, we've got videos, we've got recordings, voice recordings. They'll take you through it step by step, day by day, and you get live phone calls with me, Zoom calls, or however you want to connect so that you actually, get to work one-on-one. I'm a one-on-one kind of person, and I like to feel energy, and I love to do that by looking at other people and connecting with them. It's very important. So, if we aren't sick and we don't want to get sick, we do what we call preventive herbalism, preventive medicine. And you can start just by drinking lemon water. Again, good old lemon water. How hard is this, right? Juice of a whole lemon or two lemons and 32, 40 ounces of water, and then plenty of water after that. If you drink caffeine, I recommend you cut back on it. But if you do, increase your water, because as fast as you drink a glass of water, you drink a cup of coffee or a soda or a glass of tea, you're going to be peeing out the water. So you got to keep hydrated. And you can tell by just pinching the skin on your hand, back of your hand, if your skin stays up, you're dehydrated. If your skin goes right back down and it's pliable and smooth, you're probably hydrated enough. So, these are very simple little tricks to learn to get you to a place of balance where you can resist illness as it's coming in. You're out there in the world, you're working, you're around children, you're around kids in school, you're around people who have taken that jab or other jabs, because those jabs are a big deal. And if you are, and you're around these people and they're shedding these products that are contaminating, and they're contagious and they're hurting you or other people, then you need to, like, it's like putting on armor almost. You want to make sure that your body's strong and your system's strong. Keep your mind right. Again, breathing in and out, taking that time to do that breath work. Meditation is just a word that scares people. All meditation is sitting still, closing your eyes. If you're doing a closed eyes meditation, you can also meditate and walk, but to allow whatever's coming in to just come in. Gurus that have been meditating for 20, 30 years, and they do it for hours and hours and hours, that's a very select group of people. That's a very small percentage of people. I can meditate for about an hour and 15 minutes. And for about 20 of that first part of that minutes, my mind's just, everything's coming in, all my thoughts and my grocery list and everything. I can't believe he said that to me. And blah, 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 monkey chatter, right? Your monkey mind goes crazy. But the more you sit there and you just allow it, and when you do, you just say, okay, thank you. and just let it roll on by, roll on by. And before long, you'll find that place of what I call that power point, that focal point. For me, kind of looks like an X or a cross. And I see it in my mind's eye. And it came to me about 30 years ago. And I look for it in meditation. So as I'm sitting there, I've got my eyes closed. I imagine a spot in the distance. And as it comes closer, it's that power point, that cross, that X. And right in the center of it is what I focus on. And then when that chatter's happening, it's just happening. It's like being in a room and and you're just sitting there reading a book and everybody's talking around you. It doesn't matter. They're whatever they're doing, they're doing. It's the same thing in our heads. But meditation and this visualization is crucial to being connected, but it's also crucial to staying calm. The less stress you have on your body, the less often you're going to get sick. You're going to be able to be in balance, make choices, make healthy decisions, make more money. Just everything is more powerful because you're in balance. You're not frazzled. You're not, bouncing all over the place. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. For many years, I bounced all over the place. I used to say, I got my ducks in a row, but my ducks have ADD and they're all over the place. And they were. And then I imagined my ducks all getting back in a row and their mama leading them, and they were all in a perfect little line. And I still see that, and when my mind starts telling me that I'm scattered or not thinking straight, I'm like, just, okay, thank you for that reminder. And then I go back to my ducks are in a row. I see that cross. I see that point, that power point for me, and I can focus there. And this is with my eyes open or closed. So there's so many techniques that you can use, anchor points. There's just so many things that you can do. And once you start taking the time to tune in, you're going to start finding your own little ways of, your own keywords, power words that bring you back to center, or, the way to tune into your guides like that. Like, you ask a question and before the question leaves your mind, you got your answer. And it's your answer. You feel it. You feel confident about it. And maybe you're looking to move and we're moving. When are we going? January 1st. Where are we going? Texas. Where are we going to live? Bam, bam, bam. It's just right there. What am I supposed to do for a career? Counseling. Bam. And it's not you. It's your higher self. It's your guides coming in. But when you're in center and in balance, they can really reach you and you can connect. So that's the mental side of it. The spiritual side is just not walking through this world alone. It's so important. I mean, you might have a huge family. You might belong to the biggest churches. You might be in school and, be in a big rally, whatever. You could be in a concert and still feel all alone. And as a person who's been there many years ago, especially as a child and a teenager, I know this really well. And you can have the greatest people around you and they love you and you love them, but there's just something that makes you feel separate, isolated, like either you're not good enough or maybe you think you're fine, but you just don't feel that connection. When you start tuning in, being alone, being quiet, turning off phones, getting isolated, some, not all the time, just some, getting out in nature, getting your hands in the dirt, drawing, painting, whatever it does, whatever trips your trigger, you're going to start feeling that connection. And if you pray while you're doing it, or you talk and you ask questions and you do it from love and light, and always, if it doesn't feel right, just send it away. You don't have to play there, stay out of the dark. But if it feels good and it feels right and it feels loving and gentle, then you want to connect with that. You'll never feel alone again. And it's wonderful to know no matter what's happening, no matter where you are, you're never alone. And when you have that, you got it all. You got it all. People often ask me, Renee, how do you, carry on? Because I've been through all this health stuff and everything. And it's because I know I have a higher purpose because I've been shown. And when I get at my worst, and trust me, I do go there. And when I get there, whether I'm laying on the bathroom floor or laying in my bed with a cold towel, praying for the pain to stop or the next level of whatever I'm dealing with to get over, I know I'm not alone, and that they come to me, and I have felt that. I felt hands on my shoulders. I've felt this so strongly, and it keeps me going. It keeps me remembering my purpose. It reminds me to keep reaching out to you guys, to reach out to other people, to keep taking in clients, and just to keep loving, and be that person that I'm here. And then the physical side of that, eat electric. You got to eat right. Getting close to the end here. Wow, that was a quick show. That was a really quick show. I just want to wish you all the greatest blessings and the most beautiful wishes. I pray that you all have a great holiday. If you celebrate, Merry Christmas. If you do Christmas, that's fantastic. Just love yourself, take care of yourself. Don't worry about the presents, the gifts. Worry about the presence, being present for your people, having presence within yourself. Allow yourself to love others, and just raise your vibration, and I can't wait to see y'all. I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Wow, it's going to go by so fast. And y'all have a fantastic week. Don't forget to reset. You can do it anytime, any day, anywhere. Keep looking up. Remember, you're not alone. Remember, I love you. I do. And write me at Full Circle Wellness, YOU, Full Circle Wellness, you at gmail.com, or call me 931-239-2592. Yes, you can text that number as well, 931-239-2592. And I'm here for you. And you guys, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful night. And just remember, it's a beautiful world out there. No matter what you see on the news, or people are freaking out, or whatever's going on, you got this. We got this. We are winning. It's all an illusion. It's, what's happening is happening. But in the ultimate, we win. We will win. Us light workers, there ain't nothing like us. And y'all can pull on our energy, lean on us until you get stronger. And when I need it, I'll lean on you too. So, teach people well, love people, and love yourself. Bye, guys. Good night.